Meet Robert.
He's 65, retired, and frankly, he's never felt better.
Look at his plate. No greasy burgers, no fries, no heavy red meat.
Instead, he's made the smart choice: a massive fresh spinach salad, some grilled corn on the cob, and a glass of carrot juice. He goes to bed that night feeling proud. He's taking care of his heart. He's doing exactly what every doctor has told him to do for 30 years. But here is the terrifying truth that Robert doesn't know. While he sleeps, that healthy dinner isn't healing him.
It's hurting him.
Inside his body, a silent storm is brewing. At 3 a.m., his digestion has slowed down, but the chemistry from those vegetables is reacting with his aging kidneys and his blood pressure medication. His blood, which should be flowing freely, is starting to thicken.
It's becoming sludge.
His blood vessels, stiffened by age, are struggling to pump. And just before dawn, without a single warning sign, a microscopic clot forms. Robert wakes up the next morning not refreshed, but dizzy. His speech is slightly slurred. He thinks he just slept wrong. He doesn't realize he just survived a silent stroke, triggered not by junk food, but by the very vegetables he thought were his best friends. Welcome back to Daily Health 365. I know that story sounds scary, and honestly it should be. We have been told our entire lives that vegetables are the ultimate safety net.
Eat your greens, they said.
And at 40 years old, that was true. But after 60, the rules of the game change completely. You see, your body is not a machine that runs the same way forever. It's a biological clock. And as we age, that clock rewires itself.
Kidneys filter slower.
Arteries get stiffer. And the way you process nutrients like vitamin K, oxalates, and natural sugars shifts dramatically. This is the paradox of aging. The exact same food that protects a 30-year-old can become a hidden toxin for a 70-year-old, depending entirely on when you eat it and what you eat it with. We are not here to tell you to stop eating vegetables.
Far from it.
But we are here to save you from the danger zone. Today, we are going to reveal 9 common vegetables that you probably have in your kitchen right now, which can spike your blood pressure, interfere with your heart medication, or thicken your blood overnight if you eat them at the wrong time. We're going to break this down scientifically, not just by listing foods, but by understanding your body's internal rhythm. And you need to watch until the very end, because the vegetable at the number 1 spot is a staple in almost every American senior's diet, and it's responsible for more mystery symptoms than you can imagine. So, put down that salad fork for just a moment, grab a pen and paper, and let's rewrite the rules of your diet.
Let S protect your brain. Let's begin.
Let's step into our first danger zone. I call this the dry river trap. Think of your blood vessels like a river system. When you are young, the river is high, the water is fast, and it easily carries everything along. But as we age, that river naturally slows down.
The water level drops.
Now, imagine if you ate something that drained even more water out of that river right before you went to sleep.
What happens? The water turns into mud. It moves slowly.
And in those slow, muddy corners, debris gets stuck. That is exactly how a clot forms. And the 2 vegetables we are about to discuss act as hidden drains for your river. Vegetable number 9, asparagus, the deceptive diuretic. Host, number 9 is a dinner party favorite, asparagus. It looks elegant, it's packed with vitamins A and C, and it's delicious with a little butter. But asparagus has a secret identity. It contains a unique amino acid called asparagine. Now, asparagine is a powerful natural diuretic.
In simple terms,
it tells your kidneys to flush water out of your body. If you eat a large portion of asparagus at 7 p.m., your kidneys go into overdrive. You might find yourself waking up 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. You might think, so what? It's just annoying. But for your heart, it's dangerous. Every time you wake up to empty your bladder, you are losing hydration. Here is the catch: when you are over 60, your brain's thirst signal doesn't work as well as it used to. You don't feel thirsty, even when you are dehydrated. So, you go back to bed without drinking water. By 4 a.m., your blood volume has dropped. Your blood has become thicker, more viscous. And thick blood requires your heart to pump much harder to push it through stiff arteries. This overnight strain is a prime setup for a stroke, specifically the ischemic kind, where a clot blocks blood flow to the brain. The fix: you don't have to banish asparagus. Just banish it from dinner.
Eat it at lunch.
Let that diuretic effect happen at 2 p.m. when you are awake and drinking water. By bedtime, your system will be balanced again. Vegetable number 8, romaine lettuce, the false hydrator. Host, this brings us to vegetable number 8, and this one is going to shock you because it seems so innocent, romaine lettuce. Wait a minute, I can hear you saying. Lettuce is mostly water. How can it cause dehydration?
That is the paradox.
Yes, romaine is water-rich. But it is also rich in fiber and acts as a mild diuretic. When seniors eat a large raw salad as a main course for dinner, thinking they are being light and healthy, they often skip the proteins or fats that help hold on to hydration. Digesting raw, fibrous greens requires water from your body. If your dinner is only a large salad, your body pulls water from your bloodstream to aid digestion in the gut. Combine this with the natural drop in blood pressure that happens when you sleep. If you are taking medication for blood pressure or a prescription diuretic, adding a diuretic vegetable on top of it creates a stacking effect. You wake up with what doctors call nocturnal dehydration. Your mouth is dry, you feel groggy, and your blood is sluggish. The fix: I love a good salad, but after 60, timing is everything. Shift it to lunch. Your digestion is strongest at midday. Cook your greens at night. Steaming or sautéing breaks down the fiber, making it easier to digest and less demanding on your body's water reserves. The water chaser. If you must have a salad at dinner, drink a full glass of water with it. Don't rely on the lettuce to hydrate you.
So, remember the river rule. Don't drain the water before you dock the boat for the night. Keep the river flowing.
Now, if you thought water was the only issue, just wait. The next danger zone isn't about physics, it's about chemistry. We're about to talk about what happens when your vegetables start fighting a war against your prescription medication.
And the casualty could be you.
Now, we are leaving the river and entering the lab.
Welcome to Danger Zone 2, Chemical Warfare. This is where things get tricky.
In the first zone, the vegetables themselves were the issue. But here, the vegetables are innocent. The conflict happens when they meet the medication in your medicine cabinet. Millions of seniors take blood thinners like warfarin, Coumadin, or antiplatelets like Plavix and aspirin. These drugs are lifesavers.
They keep your blood flowing.
But what if I told you that certain vegetables can either neutralize these drugs completely or supercharge them to dangerous levels?
Vegetable Raute 7 und Raute 6, Brokkoli und Spinach, the cancelled buttons.
Number 7 is broccoli, and right alongside it at number 6 is spinach. These are the kings of vitamin K. Now, let me tell you about Martha. Martha is 72, and she takes warfarin to prevent clots. Her doctor told her to eat healthy. So, she goes on a health kick. For 1 week, she eats a big bowl of spinach salad for lunch and steamed broccoli for dinner. She feels virtuous. But when she goes for her blood test, her doctor is panicked. Her INR levels, the measure of how fast her blood clots, have dropped dangerously low.
Her blood is clotting too fast.
Why? Here is the science. Warfarin works by blocking vitamin K to keep your blood thin. But when Martha flooded her system with broccoli and spinach, she gave her body so much vitamin K that it overwhelmed the medication. She essentially cancelled out her prescription. Suddenly, she is unprotected against a stroke, even though she is taking her pills every day. The fix: this is the most important rule for anyone on blood thinners: consistency is king. You do not have to stop eating broccoli or spinach. You just have to be boring about it. Don't eat 0 broccoli 1 week and 5 pounds the next. If you eat a cup of spinach every Tuesday, keep doing that. Your doctor will dose your medication based on that diet.
The trap. The danger is the surprise.
Don't surprise your blood with a sudden green vegetable detox.
Keep it steady.
Vegetable number 5 and number 4, garlic and onions, the double dose danger. Host: now, let's look at the opposite problem. If broccoli stops your medicine from working, vegetables number 5 and 4, garlic and onions, can make it work too well. Garlic and onions are natural blood thinners. They contain compounds like allicin and quercetin that stop blood platelets from sticking together. In a normal body, this is fantastic for heart health. But remember, we are talking about your body after 60, perhaps on medication. If you are already taking a daily aspirin, Plavix, or a strong blood thinner, and you start eating huge amounts of raw garlic, or worse, taking concentrated garlic supplements, you are creating a stacking effect. You are thinning your blood from 2 directions at once. The blood becomes so thin that it might struggle to clot at all. This increases the risk of a different kind of stroke, a hemorrhagic stroke, caused by bleeding in the brain. It can also lead to internal bleeding or nosebleeds that just won't stop. The fix: again, we don't want to lose the flavor. Cook them. Heat destroys the enzyme alliinase. Cooked garlic and caramelized onions are much safer than raw ones because their blood thinning power is significantly reduced.
Watch the supplements. This is the big one.
Eat garlic in your food, But do not take garlic pills or high-dose extracts without showing the bottle to your cardiologist first. That concentrated dose is where the real danger lies.
So, check your medicine cabinet.
If you see warfarin, watch the greens, broccoli/spinach, for consistency. If you see aspirin or Plavix, watch the bulbs, garlic/onion, for intensity. You are the chemist of your own body. And now that we've balanced your chemistry, let's talk about energy. Because the next vegetables on our list are hiding a sugary secret that strikes right when you're most vulnerable, while you dream. We have balanced your fluids, and we have checked your medications. Now, we face the final and perhaps the most deceptive enemy, the sugar roller coaster.
You might be thinking, I don't eat candy. I don't eat cake.
But what if I told you that two of the most popular vegetables in America behave exactly like cake once they enter your bloodstream? And the danger here isn't just high sugar.
It's the crash.
Vegetable number 3, corn, the golden imposter. Number 3 is an American classic, corn. Whether it's creamed corn, corn on the cob at a barbecue, or a side of grits.
We treat it like a vegetable.
But biologically,
it is a grain. It is a starch. And to your body, it is a sugar bomb.
Here is the scenario: you have a light dinner at 6 p.m., maybe some chicken and a large ear of corn. Because we chew corn quickly, and it's full of simple starches, your blood sugar spikes rapidly.
You feel fine. For now. You go to sleep.
But around 2 a.m., that sugar runs out. Your blood sugar crashes down, a condition called hypoglycemia. Now, pay close attention, because this is the stroke trigger. When your brain senses that sudden drop in sugar, it panics. It thinks you are starving. So, it orders your adrenal glands to release a surge of cortisol and adrenaline.
These are stress hormones.
They are designed for fight or flight. While you are unconscious, dreaming in your bed, your body is in a state of panic. Your blood vessels constrict, tighten up, to boost pressure.
Your heart rate speeds up.
You are running a marathon while lying still. For a fragile cardiovascular system, that overnight stress spike can be the tipping point.
The fix.
Treat it like bread. Don't think of corn as a veggie.
Think of it as bread. If you eat corn, skip the dinner roll.
Never alone. Always eat corn with protein, meat, beans, or healthy fat, avocado. This acts like a brake pedal, slowing down the sugar absorption so you don't get the spike or the crash. Vegetable number 2, carrots, the juice trap. This leads us to vegetable number 2, carrots.
Now, carrots are wonderful.
They are packed with beta-carotene for your eyes. But many seniors make a critical mistake. They snack on them raw and alone, or worse, they juice them. When you juice a carrot, or eat a bag of baby carrots on an empty stomach, you are stripping away the fiber or overwhelming your system with natural sugars. For a 30-year-old?
No problem.
But for a senior with insulin resistance, which creates a slower metabolic response, this sends your insulin levels on a wild ride right before bed. High insulin prevents your body from burning fat and keeps your blood pressure elevated through the night. It keeps your engine revving when it should be cooling down. The fix: I call this the coat the sugar strategy.
Never eat a naked carrot. Put a coat on it.
Dip that raw carrot in hummus. Eat it with a handful of walnuts. Or roast your carrots with olive oil. The fat and protein wrap around the sugar molecules, ensuring a slow, steady release of energy instead of a dangerous spike. Corn and carrots are not enemies. They are just high-energy fuel. And you don't put high-octane race fuel in a car that is parked in the garage for the night. You save that fuel for the daytime, when you are moving. So we've covered the river, fluids, the war, meds, and the roller coaster, sugar. But now I want to talk to you. Because knowing this information is useless unless you know exactly how to put it all together on your plate tomorrow. Let's bring this all home in our final conclusion.
Take a deep breath.
We have covered a lot of ground today. We traveled from the dry river of dehydration to the chemical warfare of medication, and finally through the sugar roller coaster. It might feel overwhelming. You might be looking at your fridge thinking, is there anything left that I can eat safely? The answer is, yes. You don't need to empty your fridge. You just need to organize your clock. Let's boil this entire video down to 3 simple rules you can start tonight.
Rule number 1. The morning flush.
Keep the diuretics like asparagus and romaine lettuce for lunch. Let them work when you are active, not when you are trying to sleep. Rule number 2. The medication match. If you take blood thinners, treat broccoli, spinach, and garlic with respect.
Keep your intake consistent. Don't shock your system with a sudden detox.
Consistency is what keeps you safe. Rule number 3. Coat your sugar. Treat corn and carrots like fuel. Eat them during the day, and always pair them with a protein or healthy fat to prevent that dangerous overnight crash. I want to leave you with one final thought. Society often tells us that aging is about decline. They say our bodies are breaking down. I don't believe that. And I don't want you to believe that. After 60, your body isn't broken. It is just more sophisticated. Think of it like a classic car. A 1965 Mustang requires more specific care, better oil, and more attention than a brand new sedan. But it is also more valuable. It has history. It has character. You are that classic car. Your body is demanding that you listen to it. It's asking you to be mindful. When you change when you eat, you aren't restricting yourself. You are mastering your biology. You are taking control. That is not fear, that is freedom. Now, I want to hear from you. We talked about 9 vegetables today. Which one surprised you the most? Was it the innocent romaine lettuce? Or maybe the hidden sugar in corn? Let me know in the comments below. I read them, and I'd love to know what changes you plan to make. If you found value in this video, please hit that like button. It helps other seniors find this life-saving information. And if you want to know what to drink to keep that river flowing smoothly at night, tap the subscribe button. We have a video coming up on the 5 bedtime drinks that save your brain. Until then, listen to your body, respect your timing, and stay vital. I'll see you in the next video.